will begin by observing a moment of silence. And we're going to call the meeting to order. We'll begin with our mission statement. It's transforming education, inspiring lives, empowering all. Okay, this is a regular meeting of the School Board of Trustees of Lake Ridge New Tech Schools, Lake County, Indiana, to be held on April 13th, 2026 at 6:12 p.m. at Lake Ridge Schools, 6111 West Ridge Road, Gary, Indiana, 46408. Let the record show that the board members and the superintendent are present. And let the record show the administrators that are present. We're going to consider the attached accounts, payroll vouchers, and the March 5th, March 20th, 2026 payrolls for payment. May I have a motion?
I make a motion to consider the attached account payable vouchers for March 5th and March 20th.
Motion by Mrs. Osteen, a second. Second by Mrs. Mead. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. We're going to consider the treasury report as of March 31st, 2026. May I have a motion?
Make a motion to consider the treasury report for March 31st.
Motion by Mr. Bacon. May I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Mrs. Osteen. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. We're going to consider the Old National Athletic Complex Donations Fund Treasurer Report as of March 31st, 2026. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make a motion for the Old National Athletic Complex Donation Fund Treasury Report.
Motion by Mrs. Osteen. May I have a second? Second by Mrs. Mead. Any questions or comments on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Consider also the Old National Self-Insurance Fund Treasury Report as of March 31st, 2026. May I have a motion?
I make a motion to consider the Old National Self-Service Fund Treasury Report as of March 31st, 2026.
Motion by Mr. Bacon. May I have a second? Second by Mrs. Osteen. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye. We'll consider the minutes of the March 9th, 2026 school board meeting. May I have a motion? Motion by Mrs. Mead. May I have a second? Second by Mrs. Osteen. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're now going to move on to public comment. So with our public comments, they should remain respectful for everyone. There is a 3-minute time limit. We will not discuss personnel issues or student issues. Please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. And if you find that your questions or concerns are not answered in this meeting, you're free to schedule a meeting with the superintendent. And please see Ms. Acevedo to schedule an appointment. Tonight we have a couple of people that have signed up. Mrs. Sadlowski, you are first, so the floor is yours. 3 minutes. You're welcome.
First, hello? Yes? Okay, good. First, I wanted to say congratulations to Mr. Bajmakovich. I didn't realize you had become superintendent. I was so thrilled to hear that. Congratulations, and I see that you've all changed the world. That's exciting. I just wanted to tell you all I continue to pray for you. I've been very ill at the beginning of this year, and so I haven't been around, but to be here. I'm speaking right now regarding the SB 88, that law that was passed downstate is asking that this sex curriculum program be incorporated into the classroom. And it's a very exciting curriculum program. I had already introduced it to you all last year, and I have showed it to your curriculum superintendent at that time, and he even came to the presentation regarding it. It's a great, great program, and I know you'll all be proponents of a state requirement, but I want you all to become advocates for it because it's a wonderful program. It addresses the needs of our kids, teaching them some overall good outlook to make them better citizens, as well as to help them in their school needs and in their personal needs. So I'm going to give you all a copy of a set of these samples. Please, I ask that you just look through them. My husband, when I brought it home the first time, he was just going through, he was like, what is this? He was so excited about it. And we wish it had been around for our own kids. So I do implore, I'm going to give all of you a sample, and please, please do read through it and check it out. It's very exciting, and I'm so glad that our schools kind of have to do it, but I'm hoping that they want to. It's a very good, very excellent curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, my second thing I'm talking about is just, I am the Gary poll worker coordinator for our region, trying to get students to enroll in the polls. They can be paid, they can get excellent experience, they can become very much aware of how the civic process works in voting. And so I did provide for Yvonne as well as for Ms. Trevino the application for that. The deadline for me to get them to the county is in 2 weeks on Friday, April 24th. So I just wanted to be sure and make sure that the board is aware of that. Any student that is 16, 17, or 18 can participate. They'll be paid for the day, and it will be, I make sure I place them with experienced judges, and they become clerks, and they learn all about how it works to be able to vote. The ones that are 18, as I just heard from Ms. Azevedo, are actually in the classroom registering, which is wonderful, which is as it should be. And I wanted to implore that. Also, early voting has started, and there's only 10 locations in all of Lake County to go and vote, but you can go to any of them and be able to vote, so please exercise your right to do that. And then I just wanted to give you this flyer that the county is providing. We'll give it to you, President Buckley, and then you can distribute as you wish. It's for encouraging the students to become part of the poll worker team. And once they become part of it, I have some poll workers that have been doing it for decades, and they just like the day, they take a day off of work to do it all day. It's 12 hours, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., but they're glad to do it. They do get paid, not a lot, but they get paid something. And so it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. So I wanted to be sure you're aware of that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Zabrowski. Our next speaker tonight, Alea Chavez. Okay.
Hi, my name is Elena, and I attend Calumet. I want to speak on the concerns about our curriculum and our overall school environment. Right now, we have many students who feel like they aren't being fully prepared for graduation. Our school doesn't offer enough variety in classes to help students explore different career paths for life after graduation. for example, we only have one foreign language, which is Spanish. We have a high Hispanic population, so it doesn't really help them learn anything. It's just an extra for the class for them. A lot of them have stated that they received a lot of junior seniors. Um, People who take Spanish have said that they haven't learned anything, and if they took French or any other language, that they would have been better off when they prepared to graduate in 2026 and 2027. This affects students more than we realize because if you feel like they're limited and they're limited for all opportunities, and like other schools, I know we're a small district, but we feel like we don't have the same opportunities as other schools do. Like one to offer French or Mandarin or any other language that we do. I think our school has a lot of potential, but we need more resources, more options, and more support to help students succeed after graduation. I ran a petition, and out of 600 something students, I had about 480 people who agree with me. If you guys want to, I got 480 something students who agree that our school needs more resources, and we need more activities. Like, yeah, because I don't think it's okay or it's right for many students to feel like they have been limited penalties they cannot control, especially with our high Hispanic population. I know we have budgeting, but I think there could be a room for an extra class, like starting small, like a media class or another language class for us. So by the time when many of the middle schoolers and elementary students get to high school, they don't feel like it's the same class over and over again because we only have PE, art, weight room, gym, and that's what we get. So I think our school needs more often for us as students and teachers. This is off for them. A lot of our teachers, they were pressured and they're forced because it's only like we don't have anything, so it's one teacher who is working them. And it can affect a lot of students' education, and it can affect things like an SAT score, which affects us as a group. And
Thank you for doing that, for getting up and using your voice. Thank you. Good points, though. They are very good points. Yeah, you're gonna have it back. I was following through. Thank you for using your voice.
Okay, we're gonna move into the, superintendent report. Mr. D.
Good evening to everyone. First, I'd like to start off with congratulating and commending our school board. They received an exemplary governance award from the Indiana School Boards Association. And it's right here. It's a nice plaque that we can actually present here. And yes. And it's a nice distinction for the service that they provide for our schools. So I just want to congratulate, commend you, and thank you for your continued service. And these are in no order of preference or importance. I just completed one of many Indiana Association of School Boards officials trainings on school funding. It's really the beginning of a long road of training to really learn the ins and outs of how school funding operates. Across the state, I've learned that there are some school superintendents who know a lot about school funding, just as much as their chief financial officers or CFOs. And there are some that, know very little because they have other people to really look over and look after those funds. But as I told the board when I was interviewing, I said that I'm going to learn as much as I can to ensure that I'm properly informed and our district is going the right way in terms of, school funding. So it's been a pleasure actually being part of that group and learning. So I'll have a lot more learning ahead of me. With our restructuring that we're going to be well, we're already starting the planning on opening up Hosford for kindergarten and first grade, restructuring Longfellow to second grade, fifth grade, and then our middle school is sixth to eighth grade. It's to offer the early learning center at Hosford and to mirror, a primary building that many school districts do. There's research there, best practices, for the little kiddos at that age level to be together, and then second through fifth at Longfellow, and then taking the fifth graders out of the middle school because we learned that it's just not a good place for fifth graders and eighth graders to be. There's some school districts that continue to follow that model, but it didn't really work out that well for us for student outcomes. So that's the reason that decision was made. So we are working on that organization plan to make sure that it comes together here, throughout the spring, throughout the summer, and when we're ready to start in the fall. So we just had an interest night about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. All the dates are kind of escaping me right now, but anyway, we had parents come out to see what the buildings would look like at Hosford, at Longfellow, at the middle school, at the high school, for any parents that were contemplating attending our schools, and we were able to answer questions, give some presentations on what our district offers. So while we would have rather had them a little better attended on those nights, we will be planning some more in the future. Some other fun stuff. We have a high school prom right around the corner. It's Friday, May 1st. So I know our juniors and seniors are really looking forward to that memorable night. We also have a theater show, our Dreamcoat show, where many of our students at the middle school, high school, and elementary level are part of our visual and performing arts program. And that's going to be held on Sunday, May 3rd at 2 p.m. and Wednesday, May 6th at 6 p.m. at the high school in our new auditorium. So I encourage all of you, if you can make time and your schedule permits, to come out and check that show out. It's going to be fabulous. And then last but not least, I just want to offer my sincerest condolences to Dan Deal, our board member who's not here today, and his entire family on the passing of his wife, Andrea Deal. May God give them peace, comfort, understanding, and eternal life for Andrea. That's it.
Does anyone have any additions or deletions? So now we will, any additions? No, okay. Leaves, resignations and.
I recommend the leave resignation employment as presented.
Okay, I need a motion on that. To accept these, as presented to us.
I'll make a motion to, for the leave resignation and employment as presented.
Motion by Mrs. Osteen, second, please. Second by Mrs. Mead. Any questions or comments on this?
Comments on item F, the effective date for Ms. Shively's resignation is April 2nd, 2026.
Yeah, all those in favor? Aye. Yeah, motion carries. Moving on to new business.
I recommend the new business items as presented.
Yeah, I need a motion to accept the new business items as presented.
I make a motion to, approve the new business items.
By Mrs. Novsky and a second by Mrs. Neese. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Okay, we're gonna move on to, closing comments, Mr. B.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Lucy, I will indeed review them thoroughly again. I'm always looking to find that curriculum is actually being presented. I appreciate that a lot. Again, my condolences to the family involved as well. They have pieces of this kind of tragic event. And we have to thank the audience for coming out and expressing her concerns. And that's about all I got. So thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Novsky.
I'd also just want to thank everyone for coming. Ms. Kozlowski, thank you for giving us this to take home. I'm gonna look at it when I get my minute to read. I love this good, curriculum as well. But I want to thank you for coming in. I hope you do get better. Kelly, thank you. Good. Kelly, thank you for coming as well. Mr. Johnson, thank you for being here. Aaron, thank you for being here as well. And as my condolences to the Beal family as well. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the week because the weather outside is nice.
Okay, thank you. Mrs. Neese.
Thanks for coming out. And I enjoyed the presentation. Besides, also after I received my first gift. So I hope there's no.
You got one more to get. You got one more to get. There's four. Then you'll be on the honor roll at the community. Right.
Mrs. Trevino.
Just want to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and thank you to Elena. I'll reach out so I can get more input from the survey and review that with her. And then also thank you, Lucy, for coming out with the poll workers and the curriculum. I'll review that with Mr. B. And I did send you an email to request the application because it wasn't attached to the email. I don't know if you saw that. Okay. And then congratulations to Mr. Dillon, Mrs. Guzman, and Mrs. Eckenrode on their retirement. We have testing going on, so please make sure your kids are in school, and at least until the end of May. Got a lot of testing until the end of May. And then I just wanted to give my condolences as well to Mr. Deal and to Howie and Ashley and Darcy and Scott for the loss of their mother, for Andrea. Our prayers are with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Buckler.
Thank you, Mr. Buckley. So I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight. Special thanks to our speakers because I think, both of them kind of focus on, how important community engagement is and having an active voice in the community. So I hope you get lots of poll workers. I was a poll worker and so it was a long day, but it is very educational and kind of fun. So I hopefully encourage those students to join in. Just one added to the Green Coat Show on May 3rd at 2 p.m. Before that, we will post the official ribbon cutting for the newly renovated auditorium. So the folks from Core Construction and our architects will join us there as we kind of make that official as well. So I want to join Cindy's best wishes to our retirees. Thank you for their years of service. And then I also want to welcome Coach Nick Testa as the new football coach. He's had success at other programs, and hopefully he can recent, trend of our Warrior football team having some success. So welcome to him. And then I also, lastly, would like to extend my condolences to the family and hope that, comfort and they find comfort and peace in the coming days. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. B, any final comments?
Well, I'd like to also thank, those of you that are here. Okay, Lucy, thank you. Kelly, as always, thank you. Bree, thank you. And Aaron, our AV guy, always doing a great job over there, so appreciate you. I forgot to mention the individual distinctions of the exemplary conduct awards. I was just reminded. And I didn't bring my glasses, but I know it's David, Mr. Bacon. He received an individual distinction. I can't. That's too small for me, but it's Mr. Bacon and Miss Louise Neese also received one during the event last Tuesday. Yes. Yes, I did. I was learning about school finance. Lord. And I'd also like to congratulate our staff members who are retiring. And I'd like to congratulate our new football coach, Nick Testa, becoming a Warrior, leading our football team into victory, hopefully next season. That's it.
Thank you. To close, what I'll say is thank you to all of you. Thank you for the information. Thank you for the public information. That was always good to see you. Again, thank you for being here, and Aaron, thank you as well. We sit up here and we wrestle with all these things, okay? But I too attended Mr. Deal. I went to the funeral on Saturday. And it's just so touching how close their entire family is. And it really opens your eyes to while we sit up here and we do all that, what's really important are the people that are around you and how they care for each other. And that's what I saw that day. It was sad. I'm not gonna even sugarcoat that. It was one of the saddest things I had ever been around. But how the family was and how they were with each other was just so inspiring. They're an inspiring family. So our condolences to him and his family. And it just, you could tell how touched they all were by Mrs. Steele. So with that, I'm going to call the meeting, and we are adjourned. Thank you all. Oh, I need a motion for adjournment. Sorry. Okay, got Mrs. Okay, second by Mrs. Dean. I assume we're all in favor of adjournment.
Yeah, all in favor.
We are adjourned.